Hi everyone, welcome back. I am Akila. In this video, let us try to build the incremental refresh in Power BI reports. So I have opened the Power BI desktop application. We need to configure the incremental refresh in desktop application and then publish to service and refresh to get the functionality. So as we know, we are implementing this incremental refresh so that instead of loading the entire table, I can refresh only the latest changes from last few months and I can archive the historical data. So I'm loading here fact internet sales table from AdventureWorks. So let me go to the home and transform data first. As part of configuring the incremental refresh, first step is to define two parameters with names range start and range end. Both should store a date value. So data type will be date and time. So let me click manage parameters, and we have to remember that we have to make sure that we use this naming convention and define range start and range end with same names. I'm giving here sample current date, which will be overridden afterwards. The step we are doing is mandatory step and crucial step to implement the incremental law. Yes, I can see here the two parameters. Now, by using these two parameters, I have to filter my fact internet sales table date column. So I am behind the order date. So let me go to the order date and filter the entire table to get the data between this range start and range end. So you might have seen my previous video where we have discussed why we have to use is greater than or equal to and less than symbol. Because if you use is after or equal to, it means it includes the date of the range start as well. But here we have to use is before. We should not include equals to, which may lead to duplicates data when we are refreshing. This is a mandatory setting. Okay. Now the entire table will be filtered based on this date column, order date, using these two parameters. So now in the front end, the table will have only 2026 data. Obvious, right? So all this first four rows will be disappeared. So you might be questioning, like, as the incremental refresh is to archive the data, right? It's not like deleting the data, filtering out the data. Yes, correct. When we publish this report to the service, after refreshing the report from the service, it will create the partitions in the backend using our range start and range end and get all the historical data. There you will see 2023, 2024, 2025 sales amount as well. Let us give some time to the report, few seconds, to apply the filters and load the table. And once the evaluation is done, you can see there will be only one row in this table. See, the number of rows has been decreased. Before it was actually 70,000 rows. So now it became only 5,000. So now after setting the parameters in the transform query mode, I have to configure the incremental refresh settings in this report view. So I have to enable this for this table. And as we discussed, we are going to archive last 3 years data and refresh only last 3 months data all the times. So as soon as I select this month, you can see the dates. So these dates are going to apply in our transform query for range start and range end. So whatever current value we have given will be overridden with these values. So at runtime, it will pick always last 3 months data. Click apply. Now, let me save this report. I have created a Fabric workspace in my Power BI service. So let me publish that report to this Fabric workspace. Finance Project Fabric. Report is being published. Yes. Let me go back to the service. Refresh. Yes, I can see here. Now, if I hit the report, it still got only 2026 data. Yes, because I haven't refreshed, right? So I have to hit refresh first on the semantic model. So it will take more time, not like it may take just a few minutes for the first time refresh, because it has to create all the partitions, set the parameters, filter the data, making the hierarchies, archive data, everything. So from next time onwards, the incremental refresh will apply and it will refresh in seconds. So let me hit refresh and see. Refresh history has been disabled. So let me go to settings and see why my refresh has been failed. I have downloaded the personal gateway so that I can connect to my on-premises database. So now if I go back to my service view and hit refresh, we'll see what's happening. Yeah, it's in progress. It triggered at 120. To install your on-premises, personal gateway, it will be very easy if you are trying in your local lab. You can, if you go click on this ellipsis of this semantic model, settings, under the gateway and cloud connection, it will default give a link, hyperlinked to set up or download the gateway. You can just click on that link, download the file. That's it. The all gateway will be set. It will be very easy. Just for your practice, you can just install the personal gateway, because you will be having your local on-premises database. You can implement this incremental refresh and test yourself. Still, it's in progress. And we'll see here. You can see it's only one row, right? This refresh should get us the data. It should not take like more than few minutes, because it's only few records, 70,000 rows. Yeah, refresh is completed. It took around 5 minutes to complete the refresh, because it has created all the partitions, right? Now, let me go to the report. Now, it is still showing 1 year date, right? So let me hit refresh now. We'll see how much time it will take to refresh now. Yes, previous time it took time. We know, to create the partitions. The refresh is still going on, but meanwhile, let me go to the report. If I hit see, yeah, It's my bad. I have not refreshed the report. Yeah, you can see it is showing only data from 2023 to 2025. Means this archive data because it's not showing 2012 data because we mentioned 3 years archive data and last 3 months refreshes, right? So it has giving 2026 data as well. Hope this is useful. And one more thing, please follow up with my following videos for Microsoft Fabric.